Mass Media.
Welcome to Anything But Cliché, a place for real talk about age gaps, culture clashes, and all the things people whisper about but rarely discuss out loud.
Yeah, we're kind of defining a relationship on our own terms.
I would say unconventional relationship.
In every sense of the term. So many dynamics that come into our relationship. Our races, our age. You're like basically on Social Security.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, I love you.
Here are your hosts, Clifton and Shay.
Welcome back to Anything But Cliché. As always, I'm Clifton.
I'm Shay.
And together we're Cliché. So, Miss Shay, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing all right.
That's
all
good.
right. Yeah. I was wondering, like, we have a lot of sex.
Jesus.
Are you pregnant?
No, thankfully.
Thankfully, no.
Birth control is the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah. What do you think the best birth control there is? Or what do you think is the best birth control?
For me, it's the IUD.
Okay.
Like,
you don't think spending time with children is the best birth control?
Oh, that definitely is the best birth control.
Traveling during the holidays when everybody's got their stupid kids screaming everywhere.
I know.
That is a hell of a birth control
Or
method.
when you're on like a red-eye flight and there's a screaming baby behind you that's screaming for the whole 6 hours. It's actually pretty impressive that they can like scream that long.
Right? That's some fortitude, some lung capacity.
And you know your baby does that, but you still decided to fly across the country.
Well, yeah,
but,
because grandma has to see baby Joey or whatever.
I know.
So I think our audience can probably tell from the tone that we've set that we are not proponents of parenthood.
No, we are.
So are you not. Where are you on the spectrum of no, hell no, or oh my god, I'm baby crazy?
Oh, right now in life, a hell no.
You're all the way at the...
Yeah, I'd be really pissed if I found out I was pregnant. I would feel like my life is over.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just still very selfish and I don't want to... I like my life right now. I love my life right now. I don't want a kid.
Yeah. Do you have siblings with children? So are you an aunt or an aunt?
I am an aunt to 3, 2 nieces, 1 nephew. Mm-hmm. And I love it. I love being an aunt, but I just don't. I've never like had that motherly craving or instinct that girls say like, oh, I just knew I wanted to be a mom since I was a baby. Like, no, I've never been that.
So it hasn't changed over time?
No, I mean, in different relationships sometimes, because obviously for a lot of people it's a deal breaker.
That they want kids or that they don't want kids?
That they do want kids and I don't.
Okay.
So I sometimes I'd go from a hell no to like, maybe, but not now, you know, type of thing. But like, just because...
Are you lying though? Like,
yeah, because it was a deal breaker. So I'm just like...
You don't want the deal to be broken, so you'll like be like, okay, I guess, maybe down the road.
I didn't see why it mattered to have the conversation at these moments because I wasn't having a kid at that moment. Like, it just wasn't happening. So I'm like, okay. In the future, yeah. Because I don't know how I'm going to feel in the future. So technically, it's not a lie.
Okay.
It's just gray. A big gray area.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't want any. What about you?
So it's changed for me over time and not based on the person who I was dating necessarily. It's been, you know, I guess when I was a kid, you know, when I say kid, I mean like, you know, I guess adolescent into early adulthood. So like from, say like 16 to 22, you know, I thought I would have kids. And the primary driver of that desire was, I mean, honestly, I think it was just that I wanted to fix all of the things that I felt like my parents did wrong in raising me. Yeah. Right. So then I kind of realized that's a dumb reason to have kids. You know, it's not going to fix me, you know, to do things better for, you know, the kids that I had, but, or I guess would potentially have. But then as I got, you know, I would say from as I got out of that sort of phase, I got into the phase of like 25 to 35 of like, there's no way I would have a kid now. Like I've got too many other things I'm trying to accomplish. Right. A kid would would get in the way. And in fact, in my late 20s, my now ex-wife and I, we did have a pregnancy that we terminated. And, I was actually really surprised how I felt when she told me. And she was surprised too.
Yeah.
Because, I remember coming home from work that day and she was like sitting in the dining room, which was like, she's never sitting in the dining room by herself. That was kind of weird. And she invited me in and I was like, okay, what's going on? And then she was like, I'm pregnant. And I actually like had a sense of like joy. I mean, not joy, but like I was like, oh, like it wasn't like, oh fuck. It was more like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we had a long conversation about it and we just decided it wasn't the right time for us,
Yeah.
So I guess, so we moved on and never had, a situation like that again in my life. But, now approaching 50, I have like pretty low interest in having kids. I see what happens to my friends who have kids and it is a big deterrent. Like they get super boring and like they stop doing anything fun,
Well, it's not that they stop doing anything fun. They have children, so they're no longer living just for themselves. They have like little lives they're shaping.
But they sort of abandoned their non-friend group. I mean, their non-children having friend group. And then they lean into, well, there's a period where it's, they've got an infant or whatever. So a newborn and an infant. So like they can't do anything. And then when their kids kind of get to the age where they don't have to be like, they can give them, to grandparents or daycare or childcare or whatever. Then you might see them a little bit, but then they get to a point where their kids are old enough to have friends. And then all they do is like their entire friend group or whatever is the friends that have kids. Right.
Yeah.
So like, if you don't have kids, you're not part of that. And I don't want to be part of that. Like, but I miss my friend,
Yeah. I think it depends on the person.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like I've had that experience with my friends. But I also understand, like, being, like, just growing up, you kind of got to network. Yeah, I got to be friends with my kid's friend. I need them to pick them up from school when I'm working late.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Like, you help me, I help you. But I see what you're saying. I mean, they do say having a kid is the ultimate sacrifice. That's why I don't have one.
Oh, for sure. They monopolize your time, your financial situation, like your relationships, like all of that stuff. Like you basically decide to retire from life when you, or I guess,
oh my God,
like I'm serious. Like when you decide to have a kid, it's like, okay, you were like foregoing your own decision making for the rest of your life. Now you have someone else to consider no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and for 20 years, basically, at least.
I mean, your whole life. My parents are still parenting me.
Yeah.
I'm like 32.
That just doesn't have any real appeal to me.
Yeah.
Not only that, like the cost, right? People don't really talk about the cost of children, but like, I have colleagues who have children and they're like, they're not taking extravagant trips like we do. And they're not like, ready to retire like I am.
Yeah.
Like, they're stuck. Like and some of them have kids with like big age gaps between them. Like if you have like a 15-year-old and then a 5-year-old, like you're screwed. Like the 15-year-old's about to leave the nest, but now you got to deal with the 5-year-old for another.
That's usually
like,
why they do
15
that
years.
Sometimes.
Like, oh.
Some people, like, having their kids becomes their whole identity. And, like, I've seen a lot of that around me where it's kind of just like, having kids becomes their whole identity. And I'm like, I just don't want that for me. I don't see a life where I'm happy because my life revolves around a little crotch goblin.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That has attitude.
Yeah, that's the other side. What if you get a shithead kid?
I know. I feel like my kid would be a little shit because I'm a little shit.
Like, I mean, you know, it's cool to hang out with cool kids, but there's very few of them. They're mostly screaming little idiots, you know, that are just, they're not a lot of them are that bright.
They're little crotch goblins.
So we touched on the cost a little bit, but what do you think the annual cost is to raise a child? Like
yearly?
1 year.
Boy or girl?
I
feel like a girl would be more expensive. But yearly, I mean, we're talking about basic necessities or like getting your hair done.
I'm just talking about the average cost of having a kid.
What it's going to cost you, any amount of money you're putting into that child.
Yes, this is an average, so the costs when they're 15 might be much different from when they're 2.
Yeah, they're
right?
2.
So the average cost of parenthood, I guess,
a year
per year.
I don't know. I feel like 60 to 80,000.
Oh, you're way up there.
Oh, I would think it's expensive. Diapers are expensive. I'm thinking doctor visits, just everything.
So I pulled some stats. Lending Tree says that it's just under $22,000 a year.
Oh, that's not that bad. I thought it was more money.
Okay, but that's right now. That's today, right? So if you take that number and then you move it to San Diego, right? It goes up to the cost of living is 45% higher in San Diego than the national average.
Yeah.
So you can add 10K to that 22. So you get, basically 32,000 a year to have a kid in San Diego. So you multiply that out over 18 years, adding in inflation, you get $850,000.
Damn. So it's basically $1 million.
Then you throw in, college tuition, $150,000. For books and room and board and all that shit.
That's just undergrad.
So that's $1 million to have a kid in Southern California.
Hell, I'm good. I'd rather keep that $1 million.
Yeah, right.
Thank you. I mean, I do got $1 million, but I don't want $1 million baby.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's a lot of money. I mean, in economics we talk about opportunity cost, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you were to take that $1 million and put it into something else, like,
a business,
anything, like, you're going to get more, I would say, utility, joy.
Oh my God.
Come on. You can make yourself pretty damn happy with an extra, $32,000 a year.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Dude, I can't even... not even only money, I feel like time.
And that's if you just have one.
Yeah.
I know that the economies of scale kick in, so a second one is less, it's not 32 per kid, right? But just one is 32. I would guess if you had 2, it probably jumps to 50, you know? But yeah, that's just the costs. I just don't see it. I don't think most people realize that it costs that much,
Yeah, because you're living in it, so you don't really see it unless you're one of those people that actually do.
And there's ways that it can be less expensive, right? Childcare is a big cost, and then of course there's, food and health insurance and, depending on where your kid goes to school, there's those costs. Plus if they get involved in an expensive hobby or activity or whatever, imagine your kid plays hockey. All that gear plus the ice time, and then if you have to travel for any of these games or whatever, the cost to travel with. Have you seen the size of the bags for all the pads and gear that they? Oh my God, it's just nuts.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. So the perceived benefits, and this is from Pew Research. Because I know you've questioned some of my sources. Are you just looking at ChatGPT?
No, so this is from I know you're looking at
Pew Research. The perceived benefits of having kids: love,
okay,
meaning of life or meaning to life, right? Giving some meaning to life. legacy, like, leaving something behind after you're gone, joy, and then someone to take care of you in your old age.
Jesus, really? Okay, the last one's kind of killing me. I would hope we're not like on my pros. You can't just assume I'm going to take care of you.
Well, I mean, if we're talking internationally, then, a lot of cultures, they hold their elderly in high regard and esteem, right? So they take care of them, right? Because they're a source of wisdom, and obviously, they gave you, the ability to thrive and grow and all that kind of stuff. So they take care of their old people. In America, stick them in a home, like,
well, no.
get them out of my way so I can continue my life, right? That's how a lot of people feel.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then for no kids, so saving for retirement is a big one. Time for one's career, one's social life, and one's hobbies.
Yeah.
So it's time and money. If you don't have kids, you get to do what you want. You get to spend your money on what you want. It's a selfish endeavor, but I think it's also being selfless in a way.
Yeah, I think to know you don't want kids and not to bring a kid into this world, especially with how society is, it's not really like the norm to not want kids. It's expected, especially for women. It's like kind of really respectable, and I love people that like stand in their truth like that. That's why I'm like, no, I don't fucking want kids, and it's not because something traumatic happened. I just don't want kids. I like doing whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it. Like sometimes when I get off of work, I just think that like how exhausted I am, and I'm like, I can't imagine having to like clock out of work and then clock into like mom, motherhood. Like, and it's like I would have no time to myself besides like a shower, or when it's like time for bed, when that's even if like then I would have to do homework. Until your kid has a scary dream
or whatever, and they come running into your room.
You have to train the kid. Oh my God, like training them to like use the bathroom. What is it, potty training? I would never, that looks like a nightmare. Like I would never want to do that. Like training them to sleep by themselves. When I hear about couples that haven't slept alone in 10 years, I'm like, why was the baby in the bed with you to begin with?
Yeah.
Like it's just stuff like that. I would never, not going on date nights. Like some people, a lot of couples say like they forget who their partner is, and then all of a sudden their kids go up to college and it's like, oh, hey, who are you? Like you've been here this whole time.
Yeah. Well, and then imagine that your parenting style does not align with your partner's.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine you want to, your kid acts up, you want to beat the shit out of them, but your partner is like, oh yeah,
gentle parenting.
No corporal punishment. It's like, if you don't smack a kid every now and then, they don't know what life really is,
I can tell your ass got smacked as a kid.
Hell yeah, I did.
I got a few slaps too.
Yeah.
I still get a few slaps.
Yeah. What percentage of parents do you think regret having kids?
Maybe 20.
I would guess it's probably that number. The research I have says 12% admit, if you ask somebody, it depends on, if they're feeling honest or not, right?
Yeah.
I think if you ask them honestly, and there was no audience or whatever, I think more people would say, yeah, I regret having kids. And I would guess it's closer to 20, but the research I have says 12%.
I feel like a lot of people would give the answer, I don't regret my kid, but I regret having kids.
Yeah.
That kind of...
Yeah.
That kind of answer. But yeah, I mean, it probably takes a lot to be honest, because... I mean, I wouldn't want to hear that I was a regret, Well, or that you regret something that resulted in me being here.
Let's see. What percentage of adults over the age of 50 do you think don't have kids?
I feel like less than 20.
It is 20%. 20% of adults over the age of 50.
I was going to say 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and then I feel like for men especially, you guys turn 50 sometimes, and that's when you guys are like, I'm ready to have kids now. I'm like, must be nice. Women at 50, our eggs are scrambled.
Yeah. It's interesting you bring up, the kind of age difference. What I found in my research again was that education is the primary driver for women of having kids or not. If you have a college education, you are 50% less likely to have a kid.
Because it's not the right thing to do.
Well, I think
I'm just kidding.
Well, I think with education, you tend to focus. You see the world differently, right? And also, once you've spent your time and money to get an education, you don't want to just be like, okay, now I'm going to go be a mom. It's like, now I want to focus on my career. Why did I go to the trouble of getting a college degree if I'm not going to pursue a career? So I think that's a pretty big driver. Let's see.
Yeah, I can see that. And you also, they don't want to pick and choose. It'd be a lot.
Yeah, it was interesting. The stats for men in education, it was the same. You were no more or less likely to have a kid if you had, based on your level of education.
Well, men are stupid, so regardless. They don't know what they want.
Fair.
I just got to tell them.
You got to tell them. And what exactly are you telling them?
What I want to hear.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. Anything else we want to touch on for having kids?
No, I think if you don't want to have kids, it doesn't make you like a bad person. And plus, you're kind of helping thin the herd.
Oh, that's actually a really good point.
There's already too many motherfuckers.
There is. There's way too many of us.
Yeah.
And that's actually the biggest issue with regard to our environment, right? Mm-hmm. If there were just fewer people, we wouldn't have to worry about the scarcity of resources.
Yeah.
But all governments and all religions want more people, right? Mm-hmm. More taxpayers, more parishioners, more people kicking in to the kitty. So there's, there's really I would say a societal pressure to have kids. And it's not because having kids is better for you, as, in a vacuum, right? Just you as an individual, it is better for you to have a kid. That's not why there's society pressure. It's because of religion, government, and also parents, right? A lot of times parents want grandkids.
Yeah, I want a grandkid.
Yeah,
they just for a grandkid.
And they just pressure you into having one. And some of them are pretty unrelenting. I feel fortunate that my parents don't push me to have a kid.
Same.
But I also wonder, part of that makes me wonder, is it because they think I'm a shitty kid?
No.
You know what I mean?
No, you're not a shitty kid.
Well, I'm not now I'm a shitty adult. But I think they think I was a pretty shitty kid.
No, you are a great kid.
You don't know.
I think it's all in your head.
Oh, okay. All right. Don't have kids.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
Just kidding. We love kids. We just don't want any of our own.
Facts.
Period. Dot. And thank you for listening to another episode of Anything But Cliche.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Anything But Cliche. Hit follow, smash that subscribe button, and maybe even send this to someone who really needs to hear it. For the spicy stuff we don't say on air, follow the show on Instagram at @anythingbutcliche. And for the full episodes, blog, and more, visit olismedia.com. Anything But Cliche is recorded in studios in San Diego, California, and proudly produced by Oles Media, an IVC media company.
Oles Media.